Good morning. Wendy here. All right, I hope y'all are doing good this morning. I just had my coffee. So, here we go. It is Thursday, April 16th, 2020, and we're in Ezra chapter 5. Okay, then the prophets of God prophesied, and Zerubbabel and Jeshua began to build the house of God in Jerusalem again. Yay. Remember, they had started trying to build it again and they got stopped. All right. So, fast forward to the New Testament. We're in 1 Corinthians 10. So, Paul tells the stories of God delivering Moses and his people from Egypt and from, through the Red Sea, or I think it was the Red Sea. He parted the waters. He made dry ground in between all the deep ocean waters, which is obviously a huge miracle. All of the Israelites walked through safely, and then the Egyptians came after them to try to kill them, and God allowed the waters to drown all of them. He saved them through that, and then he provided for them through the wilderness of wandering. He gave them food, water, and then Paul goes to starts warning against the sins that the Israelites during that time had been committing. And then he says, but God will never let us be tempted above that we are able. That's good news. But he will make a way to escape that we may be able to bear it. So please, God, as we're in those times of temptation, please let us look for your way to escape, and please let us take the way to escape and not to sin, not to fall into sin. Okay, our YouVersion devotion called Jehovah Mekadesh by Tony Evans. He says, stay away from even the appearance of evil, and God will sanctify you until Jesus comes. All right, well, that's a lot to think about today. He's talking about how God is the one that sanctifies us, that as we present ourselves to God, he sanctifies us. So sanctify just means cleanse, clean us from sin. So even after we believe in God and ask him into our hearts and ask him to forgive us for our sins, we still sin. Unfortunately, that's something. There's a lot of mysteries in the Bible that we won't understand until we get to heaven. There's a lot, and I mean, everyone has questions, and there are things about God that we can't, as humans, even explain. We can try, but our brains can't fathom what it really means or whatever. There's quite a few of those, and you know that, because those are some of the reasons why people don't believe in God is because some things are hard to understand. So I guess at that point we ask God to help us understand him, because our minds are so finite and we are so visual, and so it's so hard for us if we cannot see it with our very own eyes. It's hard for us to believe it. And that's where the faith comes in. Believing in what God, who you cannot see. Even though, okay, I guess visually, physically, literally, we cannot see God. But if you realize that if God is everywhere, which He is, and if you look at everything He created, that's when someone came up with the saying of you can kind of imagine God's fingerprints. Like if He had physically with His hands formed everything. Now we know that He spoke the world into existence and all that, but like some people have said, if you could envision that we are clay, and if God formed us with His fingers, you would see fingerprints of God. And people say there's a poem that says that Jesus carries us when we cannot walk, and you see His footprints, and that's so cool. I love that. It's so encouraging. God does say that He keeps us in the palm of His hand, or He writes our name on the palm of His hand, one of those two. And that He's kind of like a mama bird that kind of like puts His wings over us and protects us. So there's a lot of like not analogies, comparisons to how we can kind of see, not see with our eyes, but see God in the universe and this world. And I mean, really, if you look, there's everything proves that there is a God and that He loves us. And His Word is especially the avenue that if you're having questions about anything, go to His Word and ask Him, read it, and ask Him to help you understand it. Wisdom comes from God. He has all wisdom and all knowledge and all understanding. I'm rambling again. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Please send me your prayer requests. And I know we're all anxious to get back to our normal outside lives, our whatever that used to look like before this. And I just pray also that God will continue to save and deliver us from this pandemic, from the virus, the COVID-19 virus, and the coronavirus, and that people will realize, let us all realize that there's a lot of speculation going around, but the one thing we know for sure, two things really that I keep thinking of: Jesus is coming back, and everyone has an appointed time to die. That means, please, 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 may we make sure that we believe in God, that we've asked Him to forgive us for our sins, that we've asked Him to come into our heart and lives, head to toe, just, all in, so that we know for sure that we will go to heaven when we pass from this life to the next. That is the number one thing we have to do on this earth while we are still alive. Please, please do it today. I love you guys. We're going to get through this. I believe we are. And a lot of people believe that we will. So I love you guys. Send me your prayer requests. See you tomorrow. Bye.